Sword Rider, Transformers reviews and toy related chat. Sword Rider, Sword Rider.
Hello everyone, it's Sword Rider here, and I'm here with another Transformers Cyberverse review. And this time we're going to be looking at Cyberverse Starscream. So let's have a look at the packaging first. I love this design for Starscream. I do wish he had the more traditional Seeker bits on his shoulders, but the figure actually has them. The design at the top doesn't. But yeah, I quite like that artwork. You've got 7-step transformation, so it's nice and simple. You've got a function, scheming, second in command, so it sounds like he's resuming his traditional role of being the Starscream that we know and love. He's got wing slice gimmick, and for those of you who haven't seen my Shockwave review, these do have gimmicks a bit like the Age of Extinction figures that had like punches and all that kind of stuff. So these have got little gimmicks in there. They are designed for 6+ and not so much collectors or older kids like the Power of the Primes or Titan's Return. So yeah, nice image of Starscream there as well. So let's open them up, shall we? So as with all Transformers, you do get an instruction sheet. Starscream's transformation only takes 7 steps, so I don't think I'll be needing it. But you never know. So let's get him out and have some first impressions of him. So first impression, yeah, so this isn't good to start off with. So this guy, the gimmick for him is basically a spinning punch and his wings spin and slice, and of course that's going to cause some trouble with posing and stability. I mean, oh, he's a little bit rocky already. Yeah, I don't like that gimmick. That gimmick takes a lot away from. I mean, look at that already. Already, I'm having trouble lining this guy up. He's a bit of a wibbly wobbly mess. Aesthetic wise, let's have a look at his face. Decent face sculpt. I quite like the design. Silver paint here, orange paint here. Red paint and silver paint on the face. I like the face sculpt, I must admit that. I like the design. Could do with a little bit more paint here, but not too bad. Articulation wise, his arms can go around that far, but are obstructed by the wings. You can get 90 degrees at the elbow, and he has got his traditional Seeker cannons, which is quite cool. You have a waist swivel as part of the stupid gimmick. To be honest with you, if you don't have to twist to transform this guy, I'm probably going to mod this so he doesn't have a waist swivel. Put a bit of glue on it or something. But it all depends if it's needed for transformation. Legs are on the same joint. Oh wow, that's a bit odd. That's a bit. Yeah, so legs are on the same joint. There is no knee bend. No knee bend, so essentially from the waist down there is zero articulation on this figure. They can go out and do a Van Damme, but you're not going to get much posing with this guy. He's a little bit of a shambles really, isn't he, in robot mode? And the reason why he's a shambles is this gimmick, this wing slice. Oh dear. Oh dear. Pretty poor so far, and this, remember, was £16. A little bit disappointed. And unfortunately, the alt mode really doesn't redeem this figure one bit. You can see some of the hollow plastic from the back of the legs there. I like the pinstriping on the wings, but the proportions are all out. You do have to swivel the legs in order to transform this, so you can't really do a mod on it unless potentially you just take the spring out so it doesn't move about and tighten it up a little bit. I'll have a look at that, see if I can do it. But the alt mode itself doesn't save anything. It looks like a box with wings and an aircraft cockpit on the front. It does tab in okay. You've got a landing gear here which goes up a little bit but not all the way. The bottom is just Starscream with his legs in his face. It's not the best figure, and compared to Shockwave, they're miles and miles apart. Shockwave is a good, decent toy that you'll get some enjoyment out of. I'm already regretting buying this thing, to be honest with you. It's definitely the worst Transformer I've bought this year, and by some distance. It's a shame, and the character design is so good. It's a shame they didn't go down the route of the robots in disguise kind of build quality of figures, rather than going for these little gimmicky type deluxes. It's such a shame. Hopefully we'll see some more in this line and some more versions of these figures, but I have to say, from what I've seen so far, this particular figure isn't very good. So let's do some size comparisons before we go to final thoughts. So here he is next to Power the Prime Starscream. Here he is next to Power the Prime's Brawn. Sorry, Outback. Here he is next to Power the Prime's Dreadwind. And here he is next to his wave mate, Shockwave. And it's clear to see to me which is the best figure. This is a million miles better than this guy. Final thoughts. He's the worst Transformer I've bought this year. And the reason for that is this stupid punch. Didn't there used to be a Terminator figure that did something like that? But anyway, that is the reason why this guy is the worst Transformer. It's because the gimmick has basically ruined this figure. Rather than having the parts to do that stupid gimmick, I would have liked some knee joints. I would have liked these gaps to be filled in on the arms, which are filled in at the back, which is really annoying. I would have liked a little bit of extra paint. I would have liked to... I mean, look at this. So when you flip this, what should happen is these should fly out, and you've got some great Decepticon detailing in there, but the gimmick just doesn't work, and it ruins the rest of the figure, and it's floppy and it's horrible. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a massive avoid from me. Do not buy this figure. It is the worst Transformer I've picked up this year. I've said it before. It's a shame because the aesthetic is amazing. It oozes G1. It's been outdone by a gimmick, and it's such a shame. So let me know what you think of this figure. If you have picked it up, leave it in the comments below what you think about it. It's a shame. £16 for this. Diabolical. I've been Zort Rider. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you again soon. So a little update on the back. After I've done this review, this figure really annoyed me, and there was 2 screws on the back. So I essentially took it apart and I've modded it a little bit. So what I've done is I've removed, there was a spring inside here that kept that gimmick. His waist is a little bit loose, but it stops him being forced back the other way, so you can actually get him in a decent static pose. And what I've also done is I've swapped the wings round. So if you remember, these bits were on the front. The plain man was awful anyway, so I've switched the design a little bit. I need to work out how to tighten up this joint because it's actually swivels from the top and not from the bottom. But I think he looks a little bit better now. Yeah, he's never going to be a great toy, but at least aesthetically now, he looks a little bit better in robot mode and can kind of hold a static pose a little bit better. So, yeah, just sort of give this little update on the figure.